Commander Numpty. I'm driving a US boat today. And yeah, we're back in the Greenling. Let's take a look at what's going on here. We are tasked with intercepting another submarine full of suspected Spetsnaz commandos.
Dive by. Con, dive at 4-5 feet, dive by.
We may have just picked him up. Let's take a look. We've been detecting something at the fringe of our sensor range that looks like it's...
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
Make depth 4-5 feet, dive by.
Looks like it's our guy. Okay, let's go.
Come left to 335, helm aye.
Gonna face my nose towards deeper water, at least. He's not on the surface, but something is able to look at me with radar.
Down scope.
Let's get those sensors down, okay. Well, this ought to be a fairly straightforward interception. We've since the last mission, we've been able to successfully resupply. That's good news. And now we have a full complement of Mod 1s, Mark 48 Mod 1s, and I took on some harpoons, took on 6 harpoons. I've not been that big a fan of harpoons in the game, but the engagement against the 3 anti-submarine warships maybe changed my mind. 3 for 3. So we've got 6, and there were plentiful supplies of those left. Well, I say plentiful.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 070, designated Sierra 2.
There were some left. So yeah, now that is what I was fearing in my last Commando interception mission. That is something else in the water with me. What is that? Might be a Victor 2. No, surely not. Let's F2 and take a look. Oh, it's submerged, so that isn't a Victor 2. What is it? I think it's a nuclear boat.
Con, helm, steady course.
I suppose could be the Sierra, but I don't think so. It looks like they're escorting a diesel electric with a nuke, and that's
Con sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
that is interesting. But what's maybe more interesting is at this range, neither of those 2 submarines can detect me. And what this tells me is that I actually have a chance here to take a leaf out of the Royal Navy's textbook, and that is get my torpedoes in the water early. Now I better get these out soon.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
I did not want that to happen, but that is to get them out so that...
Shoot 2-4. Aye, sir.
Come left to 158, helm aye.
so that they can't detect the launch. Now, they will detect those torpedoes in the water. Absolutely, they will detect them, but by the time that they detect them, my intention is to be nowhere near where I was when I fired them. So I'm turning to port, turning left, and we're gonna go ahead and head more or less in the opposite direction. We're doing a bit of a politician's U-turn here. Get my speed to 10 knots, there we go.
Make turns for 10 knots, maneuvering aye.
Now, I don't want to run
Con,
that...
maneuvering, making turns for 10 knots.
I don't want to run that quickly, but I do want to get my position away from where this torpedo is. So it's a shame I lost the wire. Oh, okay. Well, the Foxtrot wire is
200 feet.
more or less where I thought it was, so I need to notch his incoming torpedoes.
Con, sonar, regain. Come left to 136, helm aye.
Go ahead and run to 15 knots.
Con. Make turns for 15 knots, maneuvering aye.
Don't know that my original Mod 1 is going to be a threat to
maneuvering, making turns for 15 knots.
to Sierra 1 or not, because
Come left to 137, helm aye.
he's likely going to turn away. So I might want to use Torpedo 4 to attack my primary target, which is the diesel electric boat here. Right now, I need to get out of dodge. I need to be away from his approaching torpedo. Yes, they are only set 65s, I believe, although double check that.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 027.
Torpedoes are not a massive threat, but they're still a threat. Yeah, he's running away. I don't... Well, now the Victor 2 is
Con, helm, steady course.
detected. I might just take out the Victor 2 with this torpedo, and we'll deal with the... Well... The Victor 2 is nice and all, but I think I really want to be able to kill the primary target.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering
Let's
eye.
get my speed down to 5. I think I need to use my towed array here. So I've got to get my depth above 200 feet off the seabed. So I've got to be basically 133 feet or less shallow. So what that means is can't detect. Speed back up to 10
Make
knots.
turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering eye. Con, maneuvering. Making turns for 10 knots.
I think I have only 4 torpedoes coming in my direction right now. Okay, we're almost there. I get myself up to 100 foot depth and that deploy my towed array that way.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Close enough. Zoom in a little bit here. Run this torpedo east a little bit. Okay. So actually, there's a good spread from the
Con,
Foxtrot.
maneuvering. Making turns for 5. Come left to 108. Helm eye.
Okay. Given they know where I am, I'm going to ping actively.
Con sonar switching to active search.
Would like to get this torpedo on the Victor 2. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay.
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 020.
Running this guy active. There's a chance that my Mark 48 heading north can attack this Foxtrot up there. I think deliberations.
Come right to
I need to go.
158. Helm eye.
Yeah, I need to get out of here.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
If I could attempt to thread the needle here, and what I mean by thread the needle
Make
is
turns for. Make
go
turns for 15 knots.
go between
Maneuvering eye.
those torpedoes as they track
Con
towards
sonar switching to passive search.
me. But I don't feel like trying that right now. So I run up to 15 knots.
Con, helm, steady course.
I'd like to get this torpedo 4 to attack the Sierra 2 or to engage effectively. So that means it's maybe guiding it a little bit further now. This
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 016.
puts me under a bit more risk because he can counterfire. He's going to know where I am. Plus, those torpedoes are getting closer to me. The Foxtrot, I think, is being attacked by my Mark 48, so I may not need to expend any more torpedoes here, which is wonderful news, but I could really do with taking care of this Victor 2. And of course, I'm very aware of these torpedoes tracking towards me. Let's at least get my depth below 200 feet, stop that cavitation. I make a lot less noise at that point. And it's getting deeper as well, so... Coming up to a deeper part of the ocean here? Maybe. We may well be. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not convinced. Okay, let's take a
Con
look.
sonar noisemaker bearing 013.
This is my Mark 48, just about to hit the Victor 2. It has made no attempt to...
Con sonar
Passing 200 feet.
Con sonar no longer cavitating.
Make turns for 2 knots.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
I couldn't answer the question as to why he
Con
was...
sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 012. Contact breaking up.
why he did take any evasive action, but I took care of both of them. Now, that's one of the reasons why I really enjoy the Mark 48. A Tigerfish would not have done that. Tigerfish wouldn't have had the speed or the range, or the effective range, and the sensors to be able to take on that Foxtrot and kill it. Now, he might have given things away by dropping a noisemaker, maybe, but the fact that I was able to kill him at the edge of that torpedo's sensor detection range is good going. Now, as for my situation, I think I managed to avoid these incoming torpedoes. Get my depth to 300 foot and I'll bring the speed back to 20 knots, but it looks like they were converging right on my... They knew where I was. Oh, then they're going to pick me actively. A bit of a clue there, you know.
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
I think we've managed to avoid them, which is wonderful news. Alright, 20 knots. We're...
Make turns for 20 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Hopefully we'll stop cavitating at 300 feet. Almost there.
Con, maneuvering. Make
Passing 300 feet.
Con, sonar.
There we go.
No longer cavitating.
Right. Making a lot less noise. I don't think there's anything else out there because we surely would have heard it. Yeah, I think I'm safe from these torpedoes. Okay, let's...
come left
yeah.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Well, that was another textbook interception. I got lucky, I think. But I 2 for 2. So yeah, I think that's great news. I'm very happy with that. That's wonderful. Right. Well, I think for fear of chancing it, I think we can pretty much draw this to a conclusion. I think we've got what I wanted to do. We've achieved our mission. So. Hopefully you got something from that. Hopefully you enjoyed watching a very clinical prosecution of 2 targets. Got a little lucky. My crew are getting experience, but hey, I've been this war for the best part of coming on 2 weeks now. So hope you enjoyed it. If you have, you know what to do. I'll see you the next time. Thanks so much, everyone. Goodbye.
Con, helm, steady course.